The sun had barely risen when Mary opened her eyes to the sound of her children coughing. The harmattan wind had snuck through the broken louvre window again. She reached over and covered Ben and Daniel with the only thick wrapper she owned. It had once been white, now brown with years of washing and wear. Their one-room apartment smelled of old cement and kerosene. Mary sat up and listened, no running water yet. The tap outside had been dry for 3 days. She'd have to fetch water from the next street again before work. As she tied her wrapper, a loud knock thundered on the metal door. "Mary! Open this door now." It was the landlord. Mr. Emeka. Loud, proud, and feared in the whole compound. Mary opened the door quickly. "Good morning, sir." "Morning for who?" he barked. "Where is my rent?" "Sir, I paid part last week." "I said by next weekend, Mr. Emeka waved the paper in her face. "This is your quick notice. 7 days. Get out of my house." Mary's eyes blinked fast. "Sir, please. You are blocking people who want to pay 2 years advance. You think this is charity home. But my children. Where will we go?" "That is your business. Pack out or I will pack you myself." And just like that, he walked away, humming to himself like he hadn't just broken a woman's soul. Mary closed the door, sat down on the edge of the iron bed, and held her head. Ben, the older one, walked up to her. "Mommy, are we leaving this house?" She forced a smile. "No, my son. Eat your food." The rice was without oil. No meat. No stew. Just salt. But the boys ate like it was jollof. That day at the school where she cleaned, Mary could barely focus. She wiped windows while tears sat in her eyes like guests refusing to leave. Her madam noticed. "Mary, are you okay?" She nodded. "Yes, Ma." But inside, she wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. For the next few days, Mary searched for a new house. She walked from street to street after work, entering compounds with "room to let" signs. But everything was expensive. One landlord even laughed. "You with children? And no husband? Madam, carry your wallet go." She returned home tired, dirty, and defeated. But every night, she cooked, bathed her boys, told them stories, and sang them to sleep. On the 6th day, she sat outside thinking. A woman in the next room came to sit beside her. "Mary, I heard what the landlord said. Don't mind him. He's heartless." Mary smiled faintly. "I'm trying. I don't even know what to do." The woman paused. "Have you heard of Mama Ebeji?" "No." "Who is she?" "She owns a small house at the end of Market Road. Very old, but clean. And she loves women who work hard. Maybe she can help." Mary didn't sleep that night. The next morning before sunrise, she dressed quickly, left the boys with the neighbor, and went to find Mama Ebeji. The house was indeed old. Painted yellow, with cracked walls. But there were flowers in tins and the compound was swept clean. A tall, elderly woman opened the gate. "Yes. Good morning, Ma. I'm Mary. I was told you have a room." The woman looked at her, from head to toe. "Where is your husband?" "He died, Ma. It's just me and my 2 sons. And you want 1 room?" "Yes, Ma." "Where do you work?" "I clean at Little Angels Private School. Near the roundabout." The woman didn't speak for a moment. Then she turned and said, "Come." Inside, the room was small but neat. The ceiling was patched. The floor was cemented. There was even a small kitchen corner. "I'll give it to you," she said. "But you pay small. And help me sweep the compound on Saturdays." Mary's knees hit the floor. "Thank you, Ma." God bless you, Ma. You can move in this Sunday. Mary stood up, tears in her eyes. She rushed home with a new kind of joy in her chest. But when she returned, she met her room locked. Her things were outside. Mr. Emeka had thrown out her bags, her mattress, her cooking pots, all in the open yard. Your time has finished, he shouted. Mary dropped to her knees, in front of everyone. Sir, just 2 more nights. I have found a new place. 2 nights, 1 night, I don't care. Out. She begged. The neighbors begged. Even the gateman whispered, Oga, no they do like this. But Mr. Emeka turned and entered his flat. It rained that night. The children slept on their wet mattress, under a nylon canopy a neighbor helped her build with old banners. Mary sat all night beside them, holding an umbrella, her wrapper soaked, teeth shaking. But her heart was steady. She made up her mind. Sunday morning, she cleaned the compound before leaving. Not because she was told to, but because she wanted to live with dignity. When she arrived at Mama Ebeji's compound, a surprise awaited her. The elderly woman was sitting with a young man wearing glasses and holding a fire. Mary, she said, meet my son, Tond. He works with a foundation that helps widows like you. He wants to speak with you. Mary sat quietly, nervous. Tond opened his fire. Mama told me your story. We have a small empowerment program. If you're interested, we can help you start something of your own. Mary blinked. Something like what? Maybe food business. You cook for nearby schools, offices. We'll train you and give you startup money. Me? Yes. But only if you're serious. She nodded quickly. I'm serious. I'm very serious. That same week, Mary began her training. She learned how to cook in bulk, how to preserve food, how to serve fast. She wrote notes like a JSS 3 student and practiced at night with her boys. In 1 month, she started cooking rice, beans, and momo in big coolers. Every morning by 10 a.m., she delivered food to schools and 2 office buildings. Her boys helped her pack. Her customers grew. Back in Mr. Emeka's compound, a new tenant had taken her room. But something strange began to happen. The compound started having issues. The soakaway burst. NEPA disconnected their light. Then tenants began to leave, one by one. One evening, Mr. Emeka walked past Mary's new compound. He didn't recognize it at first. Then he saw her, Mary, wearing a clean apron, smiling, handing food to a customer. Their eyes met. He stopped. Mary greeted him. Good evening, sir. He looked embarrassed. Oh, Mary. You live here now? Yes, sir. I thank God. He nodded awkwardly. Good, good. She didn't say more. She turned and continued serving food. The next week, she received a letter. It was from the school where she used to clean. They wanted her to supply lunch 3 times a week. Permanent contract. Mary shouted in joy. She danced with her boys. Ben spun his brother around like they had just won ₦1,000,000. Now, Mary paid her rent on time. She bought a fridge. She opened a small savings account. Her boys wore clean uniforms and never missed school. One Saturday morning, there was a knock. Mary opened the door. Mr. Emeka, her former landlord, stood there. He looked thin. Tired. His clothes less fine. Mary, he said softly. I came to apologize. She blinked. I was wrong. The way I treated you. I'm sorry. Mary stood still. Daniel and Ben came out to greet their former landlord. Mr. Emeka's eyes softened. You did well for yourself, he said. She nodded. It's God. He sighed. Would you mind bringing food to my compound? Tenants are asking for better service. Mary looked at him. A long silence followed. Then she smiled. I'll think about it, sir. And she closed the door gently. That night, Mary sat outside with her boys. The stars were bright. Daniel sat on her lap. Ben leaned on her shoulder. Mommy, he said, are we rich now? She laughed. We're happy. That's better. They stayed quiet for a while. Then Daniel whispered, God came late, but he came. Mary smiled. No, my son. God was never late. He was preparing something better. And as the breeze blew gently through the leaves, Mary closed her eyes and felt peace like never before. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share and turn on your notification bell to be notified once I post another story.